Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudi and thank you so much for being here. I've been sick now for over a week. I went to my friend's bachelorette party in Scottsdale. It was so much fun, and while I was there, I started feeling sicky. I don't have COVID, I just have a regular cold, but I am over it. And you know what else is over? Summertime. Do you see me? I'm in a sweater. I'm fully in a sweater and it makes me so happy. It is 68 degrees here in Nashville, which is kind of fall weather here. And the highs are like 60s and 70s. It is the best time of the year. October is truly the best month in Nashville. And so as we go into the fall, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the makeup and skincare that I've been using to help transition my skin from summer to fall, because it really does make a huge difference. The weather, like the humidity drops, everything changes and my skin starts to get super dry. So I wanted to talk about what like my current fall makeup and skincare routine is to keep a little bit of that moisture and plumpness in my skin, while also talking about a few new launches. I want to show you some of the new Naturium Phyto Balm lipsticks and just kind of kiki and catch up. So if that sounds interesting to you, also sorry about the lighting. The sun is directly into my face because again, everything's changing. The sun is changing, the timing is changing, and it's going to be daylight savings time soon. Anyways, if that sounds interesting to you, I would love for you to subscribe, stick around. Next week's video, we're going to talk about the Sephora sale. All of my recommendations, which is one of my favorite videos to do every single year. We're gonna cover makeup, hair care, skincare, body care, fragrance, like literally everything. So I would love for you to subscribe. I am really excited for the beginning portion of this video because it is kindly sponsored by Beekman 1802. You guys know how I feel about Beekman 1802. I have talked about them on my channel now for years. Beekman 1802 is a goat milk based skincare brand. They are sold and available at Ulta. And today I want to highlight my favorite product from the brand. Like literally point blank, my favorite product, and you probably have bought it on my recommendation or you already know what I'm talking about. And that is the Milkshake Hyaluronic Acid and Squalene Facial Toner Mist, otherwise known as the milkshake. This product does so much for me in so many different ways, but I want to incorporate it today in this video by using it as not only my primer on my skin, but also how I'm going to lock in all my makeup at the end of this Get Ready With Me. And you may be looking at my skin thinking, wow, she looks very glowy. And that is because I literally use this constantly. It comes in a mini size, so you can get it in a mini or a maxi. And yes, this is TSA approved travel size. I literally keep the mini in my purse and spray it on my face all throughout the day, before the gym, after the gym. If I'm feeling dry, if I'm feeling like my makeup is starting to crease a little bit, it's perfect to not only like reset your face, hydrate it, and give it a little bit of glow, but it has amazing skincare ingredients in it as well. As you can see in the bottle, it is a bi-phase toner, meaning that there is an oil level and there is a toner level in the product. And to get the full effects, you mix it and you get a perfect spray of both sides. The product includes goat milk, mugwort, squalene, hyaluronic acid, jojoba oil, and it is the perfect way to get a little bit of that sort of toning-like feature on your skin where it's helping with a little bit of oil absorption while also adding that balancing oil back into your skin to again, like give it a little bit more life and a little bit more glow. It is completely safe for sensitive skin. It's something that I recommend to literally everyone. I keep this one with my skincare. I keep the little one with my makeup. I also keep it in my purse, like I mentioned. By far the best thing from Beekman. This can be your introduction to the brand, and once you tried this, I'm telling you, you will want to try everything in their line. You can pick this up at Ulta, and thank you so much to Beekman 1802 for sponsoring this portion of the video. So my skin is prepped. It feels so nice. I also like this product for the fact that I don't have to touch my face with it, even though I just touched my face. You could just give it a spritz and you don't really need to go in and rub your face, which causes redness for me personally. But I also want to prep my lips because I don't know if you can tell, like I said, I'm sick and I'm just like feeling congested. This is something that has been a literal game changer for me. This is the Refi Lip Buff. It is a physical exfoliator for your lips that also has a little bit of a serum in it to help glide on the lips and just rehydrate them. So it's not like a lip treatment. It's truly a serum that's inside. It doesn't taste very good and it's very thin, but it helps to bring a little bit of blood and life back to your lips before you end up going in with your lipstick at the end of your routine. So I like to use this before I start my makeup, and then by the time I put my lipstick on, my lips are like fully plump, ready to go. And after that, I'm just going to apply a little lip treatment. Right now, I have so many lip products. I'm actually going to use the new e.l.f. lip oil, if I can find it. These are so good. They're brand new. I talked about this on Instagram that I do think they're like starting to go a little overboard with the dupes. However, It's a great formula. And if you like the Dior lip oils, they have that same sort of like really thickness, like that thick feeling to them. And the clear shade is just really nice. I've been using it as like my little prep step. It also looks amazing over a lip liner or over any lipstick. I am so sad to see some of my tan starting to fade, which just happens. It just happens. So I want to bring a little of it back with a little bit of a darker shade of complexion today. This is a product in a brand that I literally never talk about, but I just started trying this foundation and I am obsessed. This is the Rose Inc Soft Light Skin Smoothing Liquid Foundation. And I honestly haven't had the best luck with Rose Inc. I really like their blushes, but that's the only thing that I've tried from them that I felt like compelled enough to share with you guys. This is a new foundation from them and it has a really thick consistency, as you can tell. I'm wearing shade 12C Medium Cool. In my opinion, I am not a cool toned person, but to me, foundations end up being so warm typically that a cool tone looks more neutral on my skin, which is especially in the colder months, I tend to lean more neutral. So anyways, I've been using this with a sponge. It's literally my perfect color match. And it is so pretty. I have been recommending this to people because it gives the most beautiful skin-like finish with a good amount of coverage to it, which is why I'm using a sponge to apply, especially when my skin is feeling drier. I would rather go in with a few layers on a sponge if I feel like I need that coverage, rather than going in with a brush, because when your skin is dry, a brush has more of a chance of leaving, I don't know, just like extra residue on your skin that could go into your little crepes and your little lines. And the water in your sponge is really helping to hydrate the skin. Granted, you are gonna use more product. Like I used an entire pump, which I would never usually do when using a brush. But again, as I get into the colder months, I just prefer to use a sponge. But like, look how pretty that is. Obviously the sun is like beaming right into my skin, but this is how it looked yesterday as well when it was completely cloudy and I was so impressed. It looked beautiful by the end of the day. I much prefer this to their like skin tint. You know what I'm talking about? Like the water skin tint. That's like the Chanel. It's very similar to the Chanel Water Lait Beige. I'm not a fan of that. But this, I could totally get behind. I really like it. And I don't think that there's any SPF in it either. There, the sun just went behind a cloud. Now you can see like the true finish. It still has that glow to it, which obviously the milkshake underneath, it's gonna help bring some of that glow to the skin. But it is beautiful. It also looks really nice under powder, which we will get to. And typically, like I like to wear foundations as it gets colder out because I feel like I have more to cover. I just wanna feel like, I don't know. I just like to wear heavier makeup in the fall and winter. And I think that might be just like a 2016 thing. Like we all did that. But I am going to dinner tonight with my in-laws, so I want to look cute. We're going to celebrate my father-in-law's 70th birthday. For my concealer, I'm going to use the Live Tinted New Hue Skin Concealer. I wear shade 18. This stuff is so freaking good. It's kind of similar to the thickness of that foundation that I just talked about. It's got a pretty thick consistency for a concealer, and because of that, it really doesn't settle in your fine lines because it's more of like a lotiony texture or a cream. If you've tried the House Labs concealer and you liked it, I think you would like this one as well because again, it has that same thick consistency and it has really nice coverage. I like to use this with a sponge or a brush, but I'm gonna stick with my sponge because that's what we use for our foundation. But my friend Hannah, who like literally just wears light coverage, she even likes this. She'll use this with her skin tint and she loves it. It's also great for just covering general redness on the face. Like I tend to always go in around my nose, on my chin, and then right here, I have like just general redness on my cheek and it blends so well with my other foundations. It's just absolutely beautiful. I will say I don't love that it is a brush applicator, like an actual brush. I think the Dior concealer is like this as well. I just prefer a doe foot. I think they're easier and a little bit less messy. It's definitely not something that keeps me from using it because it is so nice. So highly recommend you try this, especially if you're drier and you're looking for a thicker concealer for the fall that could also be used all over the face. Like it's so pretty. Definitely could use an update on the shade range itself. I find that if I'm wearing the third to lightest shade, like light skin is not gonna have the best luck with that, but if you can find your shade, I say try it. I am going to put some more cream on before we go in with our powder steps. That's something I've been doing recently, is just applying all my cream products and then going in after the fact with some of my powder. And I have been completely obsessed with this bronzer. This is the only product from Simi Haze that I would recommend to you. This is their Simi Haze Beauty Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm, and mine is in the shade Oak 003. I am obsessed with this. First of all, look how thin it is for traveling. I've been wearing it all the freaking time. It's just got a beautiful consistency to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Merit Balm or the Mario Balm, but it's got a little bit more coverage and the color is just spot on for me. I think the Mario one ends up being a little light on me and this one just works really well. I do believe and agree that it's more of a balm than it is like a typical cream bronzer, which is also why I like it, because it gives you a little bit of time to play with it. It gives you a nice natural finish and it's really easy to apply and to play with. So this is literally the only thing I would recommend from them. I am going to talk about this again in next week's video to talk about the Sephora sale, because this is the bronzer that I just cannot stop using. I look in my bronzing drawer and this is the one I pull out every single time. For me, bronzer needs to be something that is easy and makes a huge difference on your face. Like, I need bronzer for every look I do, and it's the thing that brings your skin back to life, adds dimension to your makeup, and I want it to look natural but also pack a punch. And I think this one does it. We'll see how quickly I go through it because again, it is so small, but I've been using it every day since I bought it and I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. And it also doesn't look greasy. It just works into the skin very beautifully, very naturally. It's very everyday friendly for sure. Now we can go in and powder a little bit of the skin because I do want this to last. I have been using this duo recently and I think I like it. This is the new Easy Bake and Snatch powder from Huda Beauty. It is in the Cherry Blossom Cake one. These are fragrance free. Her loose powders are very fragrant. These are fragrance free and I like that it is a pressed pink powder. I do tend to go for loose powders when I'm doing my under eyes, but I can handle this. She also sent these little frickin' puffs and I've been on my puff game. So I'm just gonna go in here and apply the pink powder under my eye and just drag that down to like where I have that red area around my nose. I honestly don't apply very much, just enough to keep things mattified in my T-zone, but I am going to use a powder blush. So I kind of don't feel like I need it out here because I don't need to layer my powders. This is gorgeous. I do think my favorite pink powder is still the Laura Mercier brightening powder. This one is very good for like on the go. And I agree that the trend of the pink powders is like very nice. I like the way it looks. I like the way it brightens my under eyes without looking actually pink. And this one is good, especially on the go. It also comes with a little powder puff underneath. Problem is it's kind of big. Like it's a pretty bulky size. TBD, I kind of want to try the one from One Size, but it looks really pink. Like pink, pink, pink. So we'll see. Tell me if you guys have tried that one. So I mentioned that I'm going to use a powder blush. So before I do that, I want to put on my highlighter because I tend to like to really blend my highlighter into the skin, especially if I'm using a cream, which today I am, to make sure that it just looks incredibly glowy and natural, and then kind of buff my blush on top of that area. So I've been completely obsessed with this product as it's gotten colder outside. This is the Hue Glow from Live Tinted, and this is in the shade Golden Hour. They actually just released a quad of 4 different minis of this product, which I honestly might pick up because this product is so unique and beautiful. It really is like a golden serum for your skin. And to me, this is more of a makeup product, whereas something like the Say Glowy Super Gel, to me, it gives you that glow, but not even as close to intense as this product. And this has a really lightweight, but sort of gel / oil finish to it, so it gives you that glow. Let me tell you, I'm gonna go in, look at that, oh my god, it's so pretty. I'm gonna go in with my sponge, and again, I am trying to avoid the areas that I just powdered completely and just go around the perimeters of the face, on the nose, on the cupid's bow. And this is like the most glowy, beautiful serum ever. I love it. I think the shades could easily work for multiple skin tones because they have quite a translucent undertone to them. They do leave a little bit of, not like a stickiness, but I would say it's a little tackiness to it. Obviously it's fragrance free, vegan, cruelty free. It's amazing. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I think if you have really dry skin, you could also use that as a primer, but ooh, it is so pretty. But you could see something like that could really mess with a powder. So I want to put that in first and like really work it into the skin before I apply my powder on top and don't want to mess it up. So this is the blush that I have been obsessing with the past couple weeks because of how beautiful in fall it is. This is also an underrated product in my opinion from House Labs. Their powder blushes are so pretty and I don't ever hear anyone talking about them. This is the powder blush, I think they're called Color Fuse blush, and this is in the shade Hibiscus Haze. Are you kidding me? It's just the most perfect like mauve-y pink that's got like a little bit of a deeper undertone to it. It's absolutely stunning and it works well with every single makeup look that I have done this month. Like I have picked this up every single day and I just kind of slowly build it on the skin because I don't want to go in overboard on top of that serum and just have like big chunks of blush. But the good thing about this is even though it is a blush, it's pressed really nicely. It's not exactly like their highlighter, which is kind of like a gel hybrid, but it just doesn't kick up too much, so you could really go in and you still wouldn't apply too much, even though I feel like I just did. There's no such thing as too much blush though, if you ask me. Like it's just one of those colors that works well with every single look because it's just like a classic nude pink shade. I love it. I absolutely love it. If you have a similar skin tone to me, I say pick that one up. Even if you don't, it's such a pretty shade and it is matte. It's a nice matte finish, and sometimes you just want to have a matte blush on, especially in the fall, so that you can look extra snatched. Obviously going to apply my fake freckles. This is my product, Slay. This is my Berry Freckled pen. It's actually available now. It's going to be available for I think another week, and then we're coming back with some holiday bundles that are going to be so good. They're gonna rock your freaking world. And if you want the freckle pen for the fall, you need to pick it up during this drop, and if you want it for the holidays, then I would recommend picking it up for the next drop. Plus, the bundles that we have for the holidays are so freaking good. I think you guys are going to love them, and they're from brands that I personally love and use all the time. So stick around. I've really been just doing it on the bridge of my nose these days, and I think it looks so cute and just like, I don't know. I think freckles are for all times, not just in the summer. Sue me about it. Sue me about it. Continuing with like the fall warm type of vibe, I'm going to quickly run this shade of eyeshadow in my crease. This is the shade Mid-Century. It's from the Merit Solo Shadows. I actually like to use this Makeup by Mario brush. This is actually for the concealer, but it's pokey. I hate it. So I'm using it as my eyeshadow brush. I'm not gonna use that much. This is a warmer shade. The other shade that I like is called Studio, and it's more of a like cool toned like nude shade. This one in Mid-Century is a bit more of a classic warm fall shade. I actually would recommend putting these on one by one, like one eyeball at a time, and not doing what I'm doing because they dry very quickly, and if you don't blend them out pretty quickly after applying them, you'll have a patchy mess. So I really do like these, but I do think you need to blend them pretty quickly. They're so easy though. Like I've just not been wearing very much eyeshadow lately, and so I really appreciate having an option that's like adding a little bit of color without going overboard. I also think these would be amazing as gifts because people don't want to spend a lot of time on their eyeshadow, but they might still want the look. If you know somebody who's looking for a good eyeshadow that's easy, I think that's a great one. I am going to also use my own tubing mascara, Slay. This is coming out, sorry I keep saying Slay. It's like this new thing I'm on. This is coming out in, say it with me, February 2024. This is my tubing mascara with Buble, the same people who made my freckle pen. And it is just the best thing since sliced bread. I have been wearing other mascaras for work, obviously, testing new things. And I always am like, I wish it was mine. I wish I was wearing mine because it's so good. And it separates and it's fluttery and it's chocolatey brown. And did I mention it's tubing? It's everything I wanted in a mascara. So I made it. Vibes. Okay, we are looking hydrated, but still fall, which is the goal. Let's finish off with our little lips and a little spray. I picked up / was sent all of the new Fido Glow lip balms from Naturium. I should have a short coming out with all swatches of these very soon if it's not already out. I have been wearing a new combo using the shade Latte with a new shade of the Makeup Forever lip liners that I love. So as I mentioned, like my lips are now like fully soaked in. They've sucked up all of the lip treatment and they look really nice and juicy. So here's what we're gonna do. So first, I'm going to take the lip contour wand from Buble. This is from their Buble and Elsa Haas collaboration. I have the shade Light Medium, and this is a lip liner kind of like reimagined. And basically I close my mouth like this and I just go around the edges of my lips. Sort of like a lip liner, but not. And it just really gives you more fullness to your lips without actually putting a harsh liner on. It is the best. It is the coolest product ever. But then I'm actually going to go in and line my lips with this shade from Makeup Forever. This is like my new obsession from them. It's in the shade Universal Earth. And it's just like a beautiful mauve shade. It kind of matches my nails. Look how pretty that is. Not mauve, terracotta-y. Oh, I love it. So I'm gonna put that in as an actual lip liner and fill in parts of my lip line as well. That is such a pretty color. I love these lip pencils so much. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend with my fingers and it makes a beautiful shade to the lips. But what really does it in is this Phyto Lip Glow Balm in the shade Latte. This is not the one that I thought I would like the most, but it's turning out to be the one I like the most. It's actually quite a light nude shade, but it looks beautiful on top of lip liners because it kind of takes it down and gives you like the perfect nude lip, which I don't wear nude lips very often. But if I am gonna wear one, it's gonna be in the fall. And I just like to mix the liner and the gloss together and it gives you the perfect nude shade. I mean, look at that. I am obsessed. I love that lip color so much. I don't think I would wear it on its own. I think I would need it to be paired with a liner just because it is a little light for me, but it's stunning nonetheless. And then certainly last but not least, again, I'm going to reapply my milkshake just to kind of lock everything in and rehydrate my face where maybe we've over powdered. And honestly, the mist is so fine on this that you don't even need to go in and like pat it down. But what I do is take a little puff and I take the sides of my face down because I have my peach fuzz right there and I don't want it to be illuminated in the sun, okay? We'll pass on that. Now that is what I call a fall look. I love it. I love it. I think it looks so good with my red hair. I'm trying a side part. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I want to know what you think about it. If you don't like it, I don't want to know. But I'm just trying something out, you know? Thank you again to Beekman for sponsoring a portion of this video. Like I said, I will have a link for all of the milkshakes, all the sizes of the milkshakes down in the description below. Completely obsessed with this product and with Beekman. So thank you again for sponsoring a portion of this video. Hope you like this look. You try it out. You pick some of these up. Let me know what you think if you do. And I will see you in the next one really soon. Bye.